everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at BattleForge. Now this is a free-to-play, and I say free-to-play kind of loosely because you can see here, we'll go over that in a second, but it's a free-to-play kind of card-based real-time strategy MMO. And when I want to take a look at this real quick, so you got play for free, and you can see here that you have access to the full access game, or you can play for free until you reach rank 4 in PvE or rank 10 in PvP. And I can tell you that's not as easy as you think to do, but let's jump in on the play to free and take a look at things. So I do have my one character, go ahead and select that real quick. And now I'm not sure, maybe somebody who does play this game more often can tell me if you can create more characters once you have the full retail version. But I have the one, I've started to play a little bit. I kind of wanted to get him up a little bit higher level and hopefully get through to be able to see what the full version is. But I can tell you what's crazy about it is it's actually really hard to do that. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So let's go ahead and close that out. We have this thing called the Forge, and we'll get to that in a little bit. And you can see the different people that are playing the game and online right now. And you can see that there's 8 pages of this. So you can see there's a decent population as far as the game is concerned. I mean, it's not excessive, but it's a decent enough population to where if you're playing or you're looking for a PvP game, you can find one. You can also see people are looking at buying different things or selling different things. And we'll get into that in a second. So you've got your news, which is your basic section, talks about news and BattleForge points and different things that are going on with the game. And you've got your main menu, which you can go through the tutorial, you can do an instant battle, you can do the campaign, player versus player, build a deck, enter the forge, or quit. We'll go over that in a second also. Then you've got rankings, you can see here. This guy's number 1 rank, he's got 269 victories, 25 losses, and then he's got this rating. You see, there's my 1 victory, no losses, and there's my rating. You can do 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, and you can see you've got different maps or different collection, tome, and map of the week, stuff like that. So you have a lot of different things going on here. So let's get into, this is the marketplace, which is essentially like the auction house. You can see this right here, which is essentially like your tutorial type piece. So you can see it talks about what the marketplace is all about. You could search for different cards. You can see like you can sell your own cards, and you can sell cards for the in-game currency, which is the BattleForge points, or you can see your auction costs is by gold. You earn gold by completing different scenarios and stuff like that. And then here's your watch list if you're watching different items and all of that good jazz. Now this is your kind of like your logbook. And it shows here your general PvE experience for the next right. You see I've got 1,571 out of 2,500, and that's just to get me to level 4. So you can see it takes a little bit of time to get up in those levels, but I am pretty close to actually getting to level 4, which will unlock the full game. It's just I wanted to get this video out to you guys and show you what the game was all about, and it just ended up taking too long. And you can see here you've got your different statistics. You can see player versus player, player versus environment. I've got 5 out of 23 standard maps solved. And you can see even in the player versus environment, you've got the ability to go in 1-player maps, 2-player, 4-player, and 12-player. And so it's kind of cool. You can team up and play co-op as well as doing the player versus player stuff. You've got replays. You could save your actual games, and you can go back and you could do the replay, and you can play them, and you can see how they're done. And then you've got this elements and elemental boost. And I'm not sure exactly what all this is, but we're going to move on. So you've got your full storyline. The game definitely has a huge storyline, history, different characters in the game, stuff like that. You can move through and see all the different characters. And you've got different legends. So the game is pretty deep. You can see here's the different plots or different chapters and stuff like that. You got your world map, and you can go directly to this map, and you can go through the different stuff, and you could play these different scenarios. And you can see you've got your legend here that tells you exactly what's going on. So you can see like your position. Let's get rid of that. I believe I'm somewhere in this region right here. You can also go over here and you could do a random PvE scenario, which will just randomly send you to one. You can also do user-generated maps and play maps that users have created and stuff like that. And you could turn this off, as you can see just going by there. But I want to leave it so you guys can see. You can bring up these ones that'll have several different sections. You can see the little arrow that shows up talking about all the different places that you can go. But let's skip out of that. You've got your mail section, which every day that you play, as long as you're in the game for 15 minutes, you actually get 1 BattleForge point. So just by logging in the game and playing, you can actually earn the BattleForge points. Then right here, you've got your different contacts, basically your friends list, stuff like that. And then here you've got your menu to be able to adjust and change your different things like that. And then that's also the book that we brought up. We just brought it up in a different way. Now, when you're talking about your deck, which gets kind of interesting, I can never remember which one of these it is. So let's bring up our deck. There we go. So you've got different things that you can adjust, and your deck is locked. So you got Fire and Nature deck. So you can unlock it, and you can actually remove different spells, and then let's actually go through here and find that one. Let's put it back. So you can, and you also have the ability to upgrade them. So you can upgrade them by bringing them in here, and then you can claim upgrades. And you can see here it takes battle tokens and different things like that to be able to do these upgrades. So upgrading gets pretty slick, and you can really do a lot with the cards, which is kind of a cool way of customizing your cards. And let's add that to the deck so it's back in. So the game is really in depth when it comes to a lot of these different things. You can see these ones are one orb, and we'll get into all the different orbs and things like that right now. We're going to get started and jump into a game real quick. So let's go here. There, where is it? Where's the menu? I'm all over the place. So we'll go to the main menu, and we're just going to go, we can go player versus player, and we'll probably find one really quick, but I'm just going to go into the campaign and just walk you guys through some of the stuff. And it looks like we are right here. So let's jump in there. So we've got standard, and you can adjust some of these settings. You could see like when you have multiple players in here, you can do random, need versus greed, or assign. So we can join. This is an open game with multiple players. So we're going to actually create a new game. There we go. So click to select position. Actually, let's go back real quick, and let's go back and let's select one that's going to be just a single player. So there we go. Actually, that's also multiplayer. That's actually a 4-player game. Let's go back again, and I think there we go, introduction. So let's create, and there we go. So you get to take a look at the map, and then here we go, defeat all bandits, learn how to utilize your Sky Lord powers. We actually don't want to do that because that's the tutorial. So I'm jumping all over the place. So encounters with Twilight, Siege of Hope, Defending Hope. So you know what? Let's just do this. Let's do a random 1-player PvE scenario. Choose difficulty. So we'll put it, we'll put it difficulty 2, time limit 17 minutes, spawn rate 1, resource available. And you know what? Let's do map of the week and create the game. And there we go. So you can see it's random. You don't get to see it. And then victory. You're granted a small time window to venture far from the forge to explore uncharted landscapes. Why not? Let's launch. So we're ready, and let's launch. So you can see like the game is really in depth even before you get into playing. You can see I've got a blue and red deck, and there's the different colors. There's purple, there's blue, there's green, and then there's red. And as you get in the game, you have to find these different wells. Some of them give you power, which allows you to bring out your characters, and other ones give you orbs, which allow you to summon different types of characters. So you can see right now, I've got these different power wells, which are giving me my power right here, and then I've got this one monument, which is giving me the one orb that I need. So essentially, to bring out your characters, you just bring out your different types of characters that you want to use. We're going to bring out a bunch of archers here, and then we're going to bring out a bunch of North guards here and stuff like that. And pretty much bring out one more. And then you can see over here you've got your different sets. So you can set up different sets, just like a lot of RTS games, that allow you to be able to move around the map really quickly. Like I can hit one twice and get to that one, or I can go way over here on the map, and when I'm far away I can get back to them really quick. You can click on the map and move around, or you on the mini map, you move around, or you can click directly on the map to move to different areas. So there we go. We've got our first group of monsters that we're going to take out, and we're going to go ahead and you can see the animations are really kind of neat. You can zoom into battle, not very far, and then zoom out. And then, now not only do you have your, you can see here, not only do you have your different creature type cards, but you also have cards like this one, the eruption card, which allows you to drop an eruption right into a certain area. And then you have like your towers, so you can set up tower defense. And you've got, these are kind of your catapult type cards. There's also a range, but it's much more powerful. And then once again, this is also a kind of your ground slam siege type card. And you'll see like in the different decks that you create, you want to have kind of a mix between the two, so you can make sure that you have the ability to have more powerful units, because in the very beginning you're not going to have the ability to have the most powerful units, but you want to have kind of your drop fighters. It's kind of like having pawns in the beginning of a chess match. Let's bring out a bunch more of these guys and just let them kind of start going to town, taking these things out. Now what's nice is when you do spawn, even though I did drag and click and pick up all those guys, when you do respawn new units, they actually automatically assign themselves to the nearest grouping. So all these units are assigning themselves to the one grouping. We're actually getting hammered pretty hard right now because all these guys are shooting far away instead of close by. So let's see if we can get these guys to take these units out before we move forward. Now, as you move around the map, you'll find different areas to be able to build those power wells that we have in the back, and you'll be able to gain more power wells. It's kind of like, you know, when you have mining in games like Warcraft, or you've got, you know, I don't remember what the unit was. It was like some space or something like that in StarCraft and stuff like that, or gold and wood and things like that in Age of Empires. You know, all the different games, they kind of have their own unit, but you always have something that you have to that you have to pick up. So you can see here, nearby ground is occupied. So there we go. We're able to open this chest. And then if we would have had 4, each member would have gotten a little bit more. And that's actual gold that you can carry over into the kind of the outside of the game's playable area, and you can spend that gold on different things. So let's move on and see if we can find an actual well. So here we go. This is a power well. It's guarded by all these different guys. And we're going to go ahead and try and take these guys out. It really is too bad because in my other deck I have the ability to heal my guys. Let's bring out a few more of these guys. Kind of help me take these guys out before I get completely torn apart. And I am completely dead, so I have to go all the way back to the beginning and start regenerating. And as you can see, like with my different, you have shortcuts, so you can just be able to hit F1, F2, and be able to summon these different guys. And then each one has its own attributes. Like you can see here, crossbow effect, every 2 seconds, unit fires a bolt at enemies that deal 5 damage. And so you don't always have to, you can just take and use the hotkey and then drop them right into the different areas. You can also take and, you know, you put guys in these groupings and then you can give them certain types of positioning. So like stop or defend or hold position, or just, you know, be all out attack and stuff like that. So I mean, the game really has a lot of the typical real-time strategy components that you see in a lot of different games. So, and as you can see here, it does have a time limit. A lot of the different games, especially the PvE style games, will have a time limit where you have to run around. See, we're actually in defense mode now because here these guys come to be taking us out. And the nice thing is when you actually generate your characters or your creatures near one of your monuments, they generate at full strength. So you actually don't have to take and wait for them to heal up, because when you generate them away from the area, let's see if I can take and bring these guys out here a little bit, and then I'll generate the next one away from the area. They actually generate it at half strength. So there we go. So you can see how it's yellow. So, and they generate at half strength. So it's going to take them a little bit of time to heal up. So let's kind of start cruising our way back to where we were and see if we can take the rest of those. Let's actually see what's up here and see if there's any smaller groups we can take out real quick. But the game does have a really good storyline as far as the actual campaign is concerned. It's really well done, and you play and get a lot of different character types and play with like heroes and stuff like that. And as you learn the different heroes from their storyline, they'll enter into that logbook that you have, and you'll be able to go ahead and take a look at them and see what they have available. You don't actually get those heroes to add to your crew or whatever you want to, or your army, so to say. But they are more of a part of the actual gameplay and the storyline. So as you're moving around, you'll see them be part of the different things that are going on. Let's bring out some more of these guys, and let's get them all together and start cruising along. So, and you can see there, I was able to put together a power well and an additional monument. And once that monument is completed, you can see it's going up slowly in green. I'll be able to use these different red cards in my deck. So I'll be able to start bringing out different things, like as you saw there. Like now I can bring out this eruption, so you can see right there. That drops a big eruption underneath all those guys. Very helpful for taking out big groups and helping out your ground troops as far as taking out the other armies. And it gets useful to have those quick spells that you're able to do quick amounts of damage and be able to take down other army units, especially if your guys are low in health and stuff like that. So there we go. So we took that area, and we're going to go ahead and add these power wells. But I mean, that gives you guys the basic gist. As you can see, I mean, it's a quick play. It's not one of those things where you're going to be doing these long, extensive campaigns. I mean, as you saw, I've only got 17 minutes to be able to take out all the units on the board. So you want to move around quick and build your army quick and be able to take everybody out as fast as you can. It's very similar when you get into PvP, because I mean, controlling the monuments and the power wells are obviously paramount to being able to generate units and to be able to get deeper into your deck and get the more powerful units summoned for your army. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And if you'd like to play or learn more about BattleForge, you can read our full review at mmoden.com or just click the link in the description. Until next time, thanks for watching.